Aba, Nigeria's foremost industrial city, is known for producing fine-fitting shoes, but is also popular for producing garments used in countries and in the West African market. The Aba garment industry attracts buyers from different parts of the country and even West Africa and Central Africa. Parts of suits made in city are bought by merchants from different parts of Africa from this commercial city. A 2018 report by the Policy Development Facility, a rapid response facility that supports federal government officials in implementation of policies, said the Aba garment industry employs about 21,000 people from the state. In this video, we talk about the Aba textile industry, and not just that, also the Lagos and Kano textile industries. And in this video, we'll talk about the behind the scenes and how textile manufacturing is changing the game, with new companies manufacturing textiles that Nigerians thought only China and Turkey, Spain, India could manufacture. But these are now being made in Nigeria today. So in this video, I'm walking you through how they have been able to manufacture these things even at lower prices than other competitors. So ensure you click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon before you continue with this video. The popular garment village in Aba is dominated by apparel producing factories. Most of them are small scale and are clustered around Ongwa Road. There are approximately 600 independent producers working in this cluster, with between 5 and 10 employees each, the PDF report said. Due to the residential nature of the area, the tailors work in rooms meant for families to live in rather than in purpose-built factories, it said. This limits the size of the factories and the productivity of workers, as smaller operating spaces cut down the number of tailors that can collaborate on a specific piece of clothing, he said. Modern clothing factories use some assembly line principles, which would be impossible with the small working spaces producers have in Aba. There is also in the Ekoha shopping center, which is in a well-built and planned neighborhood. According to the report, small-scale apparel producers mostly operate on Kent and Mosque Road, and the perpendicular streets that connect them from Azikiwe Road to Clifford Road. However, part of the challenge of this industry is lack of funds for expansion. Okorie Abba, an apparel maker, told Business Day that they need money to meet their supply targets. When someone orders for garments, sometimes you have to source for money and produce what they want, he said. This is because they give you little and ask you to produce what they want. At this point, you need money to produce that, especially if the order is in high quantity. A report pointed out that roads need to be better to support garment makers reach their targets. An active and functional textile industry will be an added advantage for an economy and a manufacturing sector to thrive, especially in an emerging economy which has the advantage of a larger market and abundance of resources, analysts say. Unfortunately, Nigeria's textile subsector is a comatose state despite having a thriving industry in the early 90s. Over time, the industry dwindled due to poor policies and smuggling. In an effort to revive the comatose textile industry, the CBN governor, as at that time Godwin Emefiele, placed a ban on textile imports into the country, as he explained that the country's textile industry has collapsed from 128 active companies to about 20. However, plans to revive the over 100 textile plants are yet to be implemented, which negates the motive behind the ban placed on textile imports. Reviving Nigeria's industry goes beyond just placing a ban. And experts say that just like the ban implemented in 2016, over 41 different items distorted the market, causing loss of jobs, investments, and assets. The textile ban will cause another havoc, which will ultimately hinder the more hindered economic development. According to Niger, a data from Trading Economics, Nigeria spent a total of $32.3 million importing textiles and textile products in 2017. The textile industry has been unable to reduce unemployment and contribute meaningfully to the country's economy and GDP growth. In comparison to Bangladesh, a developing economy, the garment industry was able to wade through various challenges to currently become world's second exporter of ready-made garments after China. The country earned $33 billion from exports of RMGs in 2018. A worldwide report stated that Bangladesh is the world's second largest producer of ready-made garments in the world, and apparel companies comprise 3% of Bangladesh exports. Bangladesh has around 5,000 ready-made garment factories that employ no fewer than 4 million people, 80% of which are women. Latifat Mohammed, Chief Executive Officer of Tefa Fabrics Ashoke, said the policy will shake up the textile business environment at first, but manufacturers in Abia are up to the task, especially if they get investors to provide necessary things. Furthermore, once the textile industry is revived, it will boost the Nigerian economy and spur economic growth. Presently, Nigeria lacks the capital and infrastructure to revive this comatose textile industry. Local production of textile will require local sourcing of raw materials, which local farmers without aid cannot deliver. Vincent Nwame, a Lagos-based business consultant, said the first step is to build and grow a domestic textile value chain, including active mills across the country. The starting point is provision of electricity to the industries, subsidizing importation of textile machines, incentivizing cotton farmers, and creating ready off-takers for them. Muda Yusuf, Director General of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, advised that the burden of infrastructure deficiency, high operating and production costs need to be addressed in the textile industry before sustainable progress can be made. He further said that more attention should be given to healthy competition in business as the environment, as well as the resource-based industrialization in order to further accomplish viable industrialization. The Nigeria GDP report supplied by the National Bureau of Statistics showed that the non-oil sector contributed 92.9% to real GDP in the fourth quarter of 2018. The textile and fashion industry has the potential to contribute to this and foster economic prosperity in the country, just like Bangladesh, but the country requires efficiency to achieve these things. If you watch this point in the video, it means you want to know more about the Nigerian textile industry and the entire business scale on a whole. Ensure you click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon as well so you do not miss my future videos from the channel. On this channel, we'll talk about important things happening in the Nigerian economy and also the socio-political space as well. This will help you gain a broader knowledge of the economics of Nigerians and how businesses have been running in Nigeria over an extended period of time. And on this note, I would like to tell you to share this video with your friends as well who really want to learn more about the Nigerian textile industry and how Abia and Lagos State and also Kano State have been working actively to end the importation of clothes in the country with over $6 billion in active exports per year. These industries, if implemented locally, will be of great help and helping Nigerians to produce more of apparels locally instead of trying to rely heavily on imports. And on this note, I'll see you in my very next video.